What's up, everybody? Welcome to Nail Fluff. So I just want to start by saying I'm filming this video in the middle of a quarantine, just like we all are, and I want to urge you guys to stay positive. Don't freak out. I know there's so many stories going on, and if you're on social media like we all are, there's so many different stories and things that'll keep us like paranoid and in this like state of frenzy and so anxious. And I just want to say, let's try to keep the positivity. Let's stay indoors, be productive, and just live our lives. Let's not focus on all the drama. Let's still be safe, but we've got to move on. We've got to still live our lives and do what we do best. So, with that being said, welcome to my video. This is our quarantine video. I'm Nail Fluff, and I'm here to just kind of guide you guys along for some at-home things that you can do to keep up with yourselves. We all know most nail salons are closed right now, so that leaves a bunch of us just freaking out. What do we do? You know, we're so used to going to the nail shop or a nail studio like mine every 2 weeks or 2-3 weeks. It's been about 2-3 weeks of quarantine, and it's getting rough. So I have two parts of my video. The first part, which is here, we're going to go over how to remove acrylic nails. I know there's a lot of you that have your acrylic nails on and they're probably grown out, you're sick of them. You normally would have gotten a fill or a new set by now, but since, you know, times are different, we got to take these nails off. We're getting sick of them. So part one, we're going to go through how to remove acrylic nails. Now, I'm going to use basic supplies that you would have laying around at home if you're not a nail tech. I tried my best because I am a nail tech, so I do have all the other supplies, but I don't want to confuse you guys. You know, if you're just at home, you normally just get your nails done. This is going to be the video for you to help you remove your acrylic nails. So stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Make sure you like this video. Okay, so let's get right into the video. We are doing an at-home take your acrylics off. If you're quarantined right now, which we all are, you're at home, maybe you have a full set that's grown out, you're over it, you know you're not going to make it to your nail tech anytime soon, so we're just going to go ahead and get these nails taken off at home, quarantine style. So anybody can do this. Hopefully you have acetone. These are the things that you will need, super basic, to get your nails taken off. So you're going to need a nail clipper. Usually I use a toenail clipper for everything. They're bigger than like a nail clipper, but they're good to clip off your acrylics. A nail file, whichever kind of nail file you have. This is just one that I pulled out real quick to use. You're going to need some acetone and some kind of bowl. And make sure you're not using like a bowl that you drink or, you know, drink your cereal out of or eat out of. You want to make sure it's something that you don't put food in because acetone is not edible. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. These are our supplies. So the first thing you want to do when you're removing your acrylic nails, normally they're long, so you know, we're soaking these nails off. We basically don't need to soak the tips off because it's not our natural nail. So to make it easier for us, we go ahead and clip off the tips with the nail clippers. So what I do is I just kind of get the corner edge of my nail clipper and I wedge it in to about as far as I can. It's not even going to be halfway to the nail. And you just go ahead and clip it off. Now the nails, they do kind of fly around, so just be mindful of that. Sometimes it's not easy. If you're clipping the nails off, they can be a little bit thick. So just know you're gonna have to use some muscle. And we're just clipping our long nails off. It feels so good. Okay, we do the next hand. We're just clipping the nails. off. I'm gonna have nails all over my studio, but that's okay. Okay, so now we have our acrylic nails off. They're short now, back to short. It feels kind of good after a long time of long nails. So we'll put that clipper down and we grab our nail file. And you basically want to just file off the top layer. Most of our acrylics have like a gel top coat. Mine was matte. So you kind of want to just file off as much as you can and get some of the acrylic down too. So that way there's less time to soak your nails off. So we're just going to start filing the nail. So we're just going to file these nails down. And again, this is at home. You're not a nail tech. You just can't get to your nail tech, so you got to get your nails off during quarantine. So we're using any file that we have at home. So depending on how coarse your nail file is, you know, the longer or quicker it will take. Be mindful of your cuticles. You don't want to file your cuticles off and rip your skin open. So we're filing that top layer off. And if you want to go for more, but don't go too far down and you file your natural nail. You could ruin your natural nails by filing them, especially with a file like this. This is super coarse. It's really just for acrylic. So I advise you, if you're not a professional, to not file down too much of the acrylic, because then you'll get to your natural nail and it doesn't feel too good. So we're at home, we're quarantining, we have time. So we're just gonna file off that top layer. Until we feel that top layer of gel. And the reason that we want to file off the top coat is because we want the acetone, we want our acetone to penetrate the acrylic. Now when there is a layer of gel on top, it's a protective layer. So it's actually going to play as a barrier for the acetone to where it's not going to soak through the way you want to. And trust me, you'll be sitting there for hours trying to soak off your acrylic. So we want to make sure we get off that top layer so that the acetone can actually penetrate what we want off of our nail. We want to work smart, not hard. So we just want to get off that top layer. So that looks pretty good. And this is basically what your nails should look like after you're done filing off the top coat. So they're kind of scraped up, they're dry, they definitely look, you know, like ashy. So you know that that top coat, it's probably a little easier if you have a glossy top coat, because you'll be able to see wherever the gloss is gone. So see here, I kind of missed a spot. Mine is matte, but you can see where I missed a little bit of a spot. This part's not scraped up as much as this part is. So we're gonna go ahead and just file around there, but also being very careful of the cuticle. That's better. See, so we just want to make sure all the top coat's removed, so then we can soak our nails off. So our nails are filed and chopped, and we're ready to soak. This is the fun part, so find something fun to watch on TV and let's get started. So we're just going to take our acetone in our bowl, and we're just going to fill it up with some acetone. Enough to cover your nails. And we're just going to place our hands in the bowl and soak. Now you want to make sure that with acetone you're not sticking unnecessary parts of your finger in the acetone. It does dry your skin out a lot. And you know, it's just not something that you should be putting all over your skin. But to soak off acrylic is okay. So just go ahead and soak your finger, your nail, the only part that you need removed, you're gonna put that into the acetone. And you're gonna soak, it's gonna take, I mean, it really depends on how thick your nails are, but it could take anywhere from 20 minutes and up. So that could be 30 minutes, it could be 40 minutes. Sometimes if you have encapsulated nails, like mine were encapsulated with glitter, sometimes they're a little bit thicker. That's why I said with the, you can grab your nail file and file the nails down a little bit more just so that they're thinner, so you don't have to spend so much time soaking your acetone. So we're just going to go ahead and keep soaking. Okay, so we've been soaking probably for a good 5 to 7 minutes, I would say. I'm not timing, but this is what our nails are looking like right now. As you can see, they're starting to kind of bubble up and soften up on the top. So when this happens, what I like to do is, it's not done soaking, but what I like to do is get my nail file and just file off that first soft layer, because we're basically just breaking down the layers of acrylic so we can get these nails off. So I just file that soft top layer off of the nail. Being mindful of cuticles and any natural nail that's showing. And you can see how it just kind of gums off. See that? Okay, so we got a good amount off. We're gonna go ahead and keep soaking our nails. Okay, so we're at the second time removing our nails from the acetone, and you can see it's softened up again. So we're gonna just go in again with our nail file and remove that sticky layer that's come up from the acetone. And we'll just go ahead and continue to soak. I'll leave this hand in now for about 10 minutes. And the acrylic should be fully off. So now we're basically almost done soaking. Look at that. They're almost all off. Can probably file a little bit more before you start filing your natural nail. So as you can see, this is what they start out looking like once you clip them off and get the top coat off. And then this side here is probably about 20 minutes into soaking and filing in between. So let's go ahead and file this off. Okay, so the acrylic is basically all off. I just kind of kept soaking the nails for a little bit, and you know, we're playing back and forth with soaking and filing, just so for one, so you're not sitting there the whole time with your hand in acetone, and also to kind of like help speed the process up. So this is what my nails look like after soaking for about like 25 minutes on and off. And again, this is the quarantine style. We're at home, we're not nail techs, and we're just taking off our acrylics because who knows when we'll be back at the nail shop. So, oh, and also 2 supplies that I didn't mention in the beginning that if you do have would be helpful. If you don't have them, that's fine. Is a nail pusher, a cuticle nail pusher, and a buffer, a nail buffer. So if you have these, great. If you don't, you can make it work. So the nails have been soaking. There's just a little bit of acrylic left. We kind of stopped using the nail file because, as you can see, a lot of the natural nail is showing. All the acrylic is basically soaked off. So if I went in with this file, I'm going to completely destroy my natural nail, and that's what we're trying to avoid doing by soaking off our acrylics. So what I will do is take a pusher and remove that additional product that's still left on the nail, working downwards. We're trying to avoid ruining our natural nails while in quarantine, so we're going to make sure that we take the steps that we can with the products that we do have to get these nails off. So we're just scraping the leftover product downward towards the tip of the natural nail. you can see how it just basically gums off. It rolls off. And down. Okay, so we got all of the acrylic off. Back to natural. So we scraped the acrylic off, we soaked it, and now we're just gonna take our buffer and just buff out the nail just to give an even, make the nails even again, and to just remove any other acrylic that's left on there. So we'll go ahead and get our buffer and lightly buff over the top of our natural nail. We don't want to buff too much, you know, we already removed the acrylic, so we're just trying to get an even nail plate, and any little pieces that are left on, they'll just kind of fall right off. And boom, look at that. Natural nails, all acrylic is soaked off. So if you're at home, you could have done both hands at the same time, but I'm gonna go ahead and take these nails off camera. But this is basically a before and after. So this is what your nails will look like before you soak the acrylic, and these are your natural nails after they've been soaked off. Not bad, right? There it is. It takes time, but we've got nothing but time during quarantine. So let's get these nails right. Right, so we've got both hands removed of acrylic, and it feels so good. Now, we do know that acetone dries out our hands and our nails so much. So if you do have some cuticle oil at home, you can apply cuticle oil around your cuticles, or if not, you can use just some regular hand lotion just to give your hands the moisture they need, because as you can see, they are super dry. Now, if you stay tuned for my next video, I'm gonna do an at-home manicure because we're quarantined and we need to self-care. So stay tuned for part 2. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope it was helpful. We removed acrylic nails from home. We have our natural nails now. We are embracing natural beauty, and we're just keeping positive. We're staying busy during this quarantine. It'll be over soon, you guys. Thank you so much.